Let me talk to you about the dream that I had last night. I dreamt that I had this enormous power that I can just wave my hands around and just cause everything to change the way I wanted it to. And I had total control of civilization across the globe. And right away, I made the wish, because this is what's been on my mind quite a bit, that there'd be no more religion and that most of the government would also disappear as well. And and I got my wish. And but then these people started coming up to me. All these people that I remember from my past came up to me. It's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I said, well, the Constitution will be that no one can initiate force or fraud on other people, and they can only do it in defense. So the government is not involved in hardly anything. It just protects people's property or people and their extension, their property. And then a man goes, well, you have to craft, patent laws because, and this is, I think one of my economics professors that came to me in my dream. I was like, he says that you have to craft patent laws, which I agreed with, but he wanted 100% protection that an idea never goes into public domain. And I thought to myself, well, this is a policy question. And he says, okay, well, I agree that we need patent laws, but we need to get rid of the income tax. We can't have income tax, and we have to abolish the Federal Reserve because, well, income tax is a violation of people's property, and so is the Federal Reserve. Price inflation might not be a violation of people's property because prices do fluctuate depending on supply and demand, but monetary inflation is a form of theft. It's the government colluding with the central bank to steal people's savings. And he says, well, you can't do that. You can't do that because the whole economy will crash. And I'm thinking to myself that this guy is not a protector of rights. He's a special interest. So these people that claim to be for property rights sometimes could be for special interests. So if you protect property by patents, you also must abolish the income tax based on the same principle. So if we have a government we don't have a government on principle. We have a government that protects property for patents, but doesn't protect property from taxation. So you make an exception there, you lose 100% of the principle. So we have to, if we're going to protect property through patents, we have to protect property via the abolishment of direct taxation and abolishment of the Federal Reserve. You abolish the Federal Reserve, you wouldn't need all this regulation in the financial industry because the financial industry wouldn't be based on inflation. It wouldn't be this turning over of debt and the expansion of prices of assets, because you would have perhaps a gold standard, for example, that would keep prices the way they were. You wouldn't have all this inflation. People wouldn't be, making money on nothing. So these bright minds on Wall Street would have to actually do something constructive. So there we go. Important the essential to freedom is you need to have a government that is a government on principle. You need to protect property rights because it's an extension of the individual. So if you're going to protect property through patents, you need to eliminate the income tax and you need to eliminate the Federal Reserve as well.